Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been about 7 months since I have posted any type of long form videos on this channel. I got busy. Late winter, early spring arrived, and I got busy with gardening and growing plants and producing food, and of course, also my family and all the things that go into living life. Um, I just got busy, and I'm back. I've been going through a few things uh, with some issues and personal um, family situations. And I need to get back with my writing because I really need the outlet. So, what I thought I would do today is talk a little bit about how, even though you're writing nonfiction, there is always a piece of you in that, right? And so it could be in the form of metaphor, it could be in the form of allegory, it could be in the form of just a little thread of truth that is woven into that nonfiction piece. So I thought, why don't I make myself super vulnerable and share a piece that I wrote that was published a while ago. This was right before I kind of walked away from writing for a really long time. This was back in 2019. And I feel vulnerable to do this, but I am going to share. I'm going to read it. I have my other phone here, and I'm just going to read it to you guys because I feel like if I don't share this now, and this was a piece that was so important to me, and there are threads in this piece, even though it is pure nonfiction. It is almost like a piece of allegory, um, but it's very impactful for me. So if I wait too much longer, uh, I would not be able to read this to you guys without crying. So I'm going to read it now, and we can talk about it. You can comment if you have any questions. And then this piece is going to also lead us to my next video. We will talk about pen names, because after I read this to you, you're going to know that yes, I did and do use a pen name. Whether or not when I get really back into writing, I choose to do that again, uh, continue with my old pen name, I don't know. That's a whole nother video. So let me pull up the story. It's called Crooked Door Lullaby. All right, here we go. The first time Death arrived at the family's unlocked door, accident had sent him. He entered the warm and bright home. This family did not yet know of sorrow. When Death retrieved the sun, blue from January's frosty kiss, the mother, the father, and the daughter gaped in disbelief. Death bowed respectfully while cradling the almost grown son, now heavy in what could have been potential. The mother screamed. It was the cry of millions of mothers before her. Death concealed each plea beneath his cloak, for he was intrigued by this love and kept it close. The tender smoke of last sung cradle songs. Death took his leave. Never again would the door to the home seal quite right. The family was broken, the walls forever misaligned, warped, the mother nearly starved into skeletal consternation. Clouded days of routine managed to push them on, blinking into many years. The home thickened in silence, hinges calloused shut. Still, illness slithered beneath the door with a rattle. The enraged mother rushed to barricade it. Her might was strong, but his will stronger. When death arrived, his pity permitted pause. Each night he returned to the sympathetic door and sang a lullaby through its widening cracks. Death studied the sleeping mother then, wondering again about her kind. Was their pain so great? Why was their pain so great? Did mothers sow slithers of their souls into the young they cradle, making loss insufferable? He told himself it was folly to ponder this, for it opposed his very nature. Death dealt in endings, not beginnings. But, perhaps, both stitched by the same thread. While the mother and Death puzzled over one another, cancer weaved into the daughter, now a grown woman graying into middle age. Only when the daughter screamed against the sharp biting in her bones would the mother let go of the door. Death stepped inside of the home, feeling almost welcomed. He was gentle and slow-moving whilst gathering the daughter, allowing for goodbyes. Father wept, mother did not cry, for she saw that death was shielding the daughter from agony. No longer was pain etched from inside out, lines of torment gone. Then it was just the father and the mother. They grew old. The home was held together by the sardonic door with its sour rusted hinges. Many locks are added, yet life has an arbitrary key ring, and lost keys can be found. Death stood ready at the door, but tricky chance gave him leave, contented in claiming the old man at the beginning of a well-earned retirement, taking the legs and tongue, trapping the old man in a paralyzed body that would never again dock a boat or catch a fish. The old woman ached more deeply for the old man with each passing year, for his eyes were knowing and watchful of the door. Unselfishly, the old woman unlocked it and wondered why death did not return in haste. Many long years later, the doorknob turned. The old man lay withered from unrest. Death scooped him up gently, smoothly. The old man's dimpled smile returned. This gave the old woman peace. She listened at the doorway until the lullaby disappeared into the heartbreak of nightfall. The old woman was truly alone. No children, no husband, and no parents. She was the first and the last. Nevertheless, each day the old woman awoke to see a bluebird at the window. That was all she had, the one day given each morning, so she kept it joyful, and she waited. Some years later, the old woman heard a creaking at the front gate. She flung open the crooked door and ran to Death, greeting him as an old acquaintance, for he was. The old woman asked what had taken so long. Death replied, time had not yet said so. Then he took her hand and sang the sweetest lullaby. So that piece won second place in a contest back in 2019. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go look at it. It was a very cathartic piece for me, and obviously it I've been saying nonfiction this whole time. That is actually a fiction piece. It's fiction, yeah. Obviously yeah, it's fiction, guys. Sorry for that confusion. Yeah, so it was a microfiction contest, 750 words or less, and I think this piece was actually kind of towards the upper limit, but under 750. Yeah, I don't know why I kept calling that nonfiction. Obviously, yeah. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think about weaving pieces of yourself into fiction? And maybe I should go back and redo that intro because that just didn't make sense at all. Well, I definitely feel ready to delve back into writing, and I actually came up with a great idea the other day, thanks to my children. As it was coming out of my mouth, they were already saying, this, and that. And then I'm like, that is a story. That is the best dystopian type story. Now I have to think, could it be a true full story? I'm not sure about that. It might fit better as just a flash fiction piece or a short story, because the concept is huge, and I'm like, how could I ever have a satisfying ending with that type of thing happening? Yeah. So put your comments, questions below, and I will be back soon, and we will talk about pen names.